Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta-vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta-vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Sodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Jasodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जसोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन जसोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तेरा वनचारी यमुना तेरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव जय राधा माधव राधा माधव जय राधा माधव जय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 नित्य गौर हरिबोल 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 विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य सत्र सतशिष्य श्रीमाता भैचरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की इस्कॉन ब्यूटी फाउंडर आचार्य जी भाइन श्रील प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की नमाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की श्री श्री गौर निताय की श्री लक्ष्मी नरसिंह भगवान की जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की श्री चैतन्य चैतामृत की समवेत गौर भक्तवृंद की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदी all glories to the assembly bodies, all glories to the assembly bodies, all glories to the assembly bodies, all glories, all glories, all glories to Guru and Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Jnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Sa Padantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Juta Padakamalam Sri Gurung Vaishnavangscha Sri Rupang Sagra Jatang Sahagana Raghunathan Tang Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanitanscha Namong Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namini नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पश्चात देशतारिणे वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदनाय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामने गौरतिष्ठे नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्ते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी विश्वभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि। जय श्री कृष्णा चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। So on the occasion of Ratha Yatra, which will be held on 1st of July, so we should prepare our consciousness so that we can welcome the Lord again on Ratha Yatra day, and how Mahaprabhu was absorbed in Jagannath Puri on this occasion. So we'll try to understand that from the pages of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita as narrated by Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. So we'll be reading from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela, chapter 13. Chapter is entitled The Lord's Dancing at Rath Yatra. It's a long chapter, so we'll try to cover it as much as possible. Jai Jai Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jai Daita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jai Daita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jai Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. So we'll read the theme verse. Chaitanya Charitamrita begins with a verse which explains the chapter. That is the style followed by Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. Sajiyat Krishna Chaitanya Sri Rathagre Nanartaja Dinasi Jagatam Chitram Jagannath api vismitaha Sajiyat Krishna Chaitanya Shiratagre Nanartaja Janasri Jagatang Chitram Jagannath api vismitaha Sajiyat Krishna Chaitanya Sriratagre Nanartaja Janasi Jagatam Chitram Jagannathapi Vismitaha. Sa he Jiyat may live long. Krishna Chaitanya, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Ratha Agre, in front of the car. Nanartha danced. Here, who? Ena, by whom? Asit, there was. Jagatam, of the whole universe. Chitram, wonder. Jagannatha, Lord Jagannath. Api, also. Vismitaha was astonished. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. May the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, who danced in front of the car of Sri Jagannath, be all glorified. By seeing his dancing, not only was the whole universe held in wonder, but Lord Jagannath himself became very much astonished. This is the theme, Mahaprabhu dancing in front of the chariot of Lord Jagannath. Jaya Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Jaya Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda, Jai Daita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. All glories to Sri Krishna Chaitanya and Prabhu Nityananda. All glories to Advaita Chandra and all glories to the devotees of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Jaya Shatagan Suna Kori Ekaman, Ratha Jatra Nitya Prabhu Parama Mahan. All glories to the listeners of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Please hear the description of the dancing of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at the Ratha Yatra festival. His dancing is very enchanting. Please hear of it with great attention. So, the theme is a dance. The dance performance, not performance. Expression of love. It's a transcendental dance performance. And who is performing? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We love to see dance performance, no? That is our natural attraction. So Mahaprabhu is trying to attract the whole universe by his wonderful dance. And he's also dancing in front of the Lord of the universe, Lord Jagannath. And who is narrating this pastime? Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. How he came to know? How he came to know? He came to know from Raghunath Das Goswami. And how Raghunath Das Goswami came to know? From Sarup Damodar Goswami. How come Sarup Damodar Goswami came to know? Because he was a personal witness, seeing all these activities. So Mahaprabhu, he performed his pastime in Navadvip for 24 years. And that is recorded by Murari Gupta. That is known as Murari Gupta's Karcha, Diary of Murari Gupta. And pastimes after Mahaprabhu took sannyas is recorded by Sarup Damodar Goswami. That is known as Diary of Sarup Damodar Goswami. And Raghunath Das Goswami was the assistant of Raghunath Das Goswami. He was Assistant Secretary of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Why? Because Sarup Damodar Goswami was the personal secretary of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Raghunath Das Goswami, while he was in Vrindavan Dham, staying at the bank of Radha Kund, he used to narrate these pastimes every day for 3 hours. 3 hours Chaitanya Katha at the bank of Radha Kund by Raghunath Das Goswami. And one of the listeners was Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. And based on that, he is narrating this. And he is requesting, please hear with great attention. Shusrushi Saddha Dhanasya Vasudeva Kataruchi. Sukadeva Goswami, Vasudev, they are also requesting to hear attentively. And Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami also is telling, requesting, pleading, begging to hear attentively. Why? What will happen if we hear attentively? Nitya Siddha Krishna Prem Sadhya Kabunai Shravanadi Suddha Chitte Karho Uday. If we hear attentively, then all our unearths, unwanted desires in our heart will disappear and love of Godhead will manifest. That is the purpose. So that's why Mahaprabhu is enacting his pastimes, because by hearing that, the living entities in Kali Yuga will become purified. আর দিন মহাপ্রভু হইয়া সাবধান রাত্রে উঠি গণসঙ্গে কইল প্রাত স্নান. The next day. What is the meaning of next day? Yes. Thank you. Wonderful. The day before was, the previous chapter was Gundicha Marjanam. We could have discussed that also. Okay, let's see what happens. If time permits, you can do that also. So Gundicha Marjam is the day before Ratha Yatra. And Mahaprabhu was personally cleaning. Chetadarpana Marjanam was happening. So in order to perform, in order to participate in festival, we have to be clean, both internally and externally. External cleanliness is maintained by taking bath. How many times? How many times? Sannyasis are expected to bathe 3 times. Brahmachari, how many times? 2 times. Grihasthas, 2 times. 1 time, 2 times, at least 1 time. At least 1 time morning time, then daytime also. But sannyasis are expected to bathe 3 times, 3 sandha. Those who chant Gayatri 3 times, they should chant Gayatri after taking bath. That is the 3 sandha. But modern Kali Yuga, Brahmanas, they are staying somewhere else. Very difficult to take bath. And those who are staying in the temple also, they don't take bath before Gayatri. Morning Gayatri is done nicely, but after that, daytime, Gayatri is not properly maintained. So idea is that Trisandha, we chant every day, in Gurvastakam. Jasas Trisandha. Trisandha. 3 times. When the junction of 2 periods of the day, that is called Sandha. Sandha Bandhanam. So that is the purpose of Brahminical life. Trisandha. So taking bath is very important to keep our body clean. We should not think it is a waste of time. We should do that very nicely. Mahaprabhu used to take bath in the Ganges every day. Every day. So taking bath is part of sadhana bhakti. It helps us to purify. And if you remember Ganga, at the time of taking bath, you get the benefit of Ganga bath. So that is the purpose of taking bath, to keep our body clean. And how to keep our consciousness clean, mind clean, by chanting the holy name of the Lord. So Mahaprabhu, next day, after cleaning Gundicha temple. Why he cleaned Gundicha temple? Because Lord is going to stay there for 9 days. And for the Lord to stay, the place should be clean. So Gundicha can be our heart also. So for that, we have to clean our heart. So Mahaprabhu is this demonstrating how to clean the heart. By cleaning the temple, we can clean the heart. That's why Srila Prabhupada has introduced that if you want to be trained up in Krishna consciousness, you must clean. Clean the temple. Because by cleaning the temple, we can clean our heart. Mahaprabhu is personally demonstrating that. He personally is doing and also inspiring others to clean. So cleaning service is very, very significant service because that helps us to clean our consciousness. Chetadarpana Marjanam happens through chanting and also doing manual service in the form of cleaning the temple. So they are not able to hear till now, nothing. Went off and on like that. Only 1 minute. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Sorry for the inconvenience caused by the technical difficulty. So the next day, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his personal associates got up in the dark. So getting up before sun rises is very important. Mahaprabhu is showing. There is one example. Somebody asked Prabhupada that when we can miss Mangalarti. Prabhupada replied very strongly. I was reading that day. When you are dead. Very interesting statement. So by that, Prabhupada is stressing so much for attending Mangalarti. And Prabhupada said, if you cannot attend, then you should starve. Prabhupada was very, very firm on that. Mahaprabhu got up in the dark and attentively took their early morning baths. Not only that, getting up. After getting up, what you should do? You should take bath. পাণ্ডু বিজয় দেখিবারে করিল গমন জগন্নাথ যাত্রা কইল ছাড়ি সিংহাসন. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his personal associates then went to see the ceremony of Pandu Vijay. During this ceremony, Lord Jagannath leaves his throne and gets up onto the car. So how, you know, Pahandi Vijay is Odisha is called Pahandi Vijay. And in Bengali it's written Pandu Vijay. Pahandi. Pahandi. So this is the procession of bringing Lord Jagannath from his altar to the chariot. It's a wonderful ceremony. And Mahaprabhu went to see that ceremony. It will be explained. আপনি প্রতাপ রুদ্র লইয়া পাত্রগণ মহাপ্রভুর গণে করায় বিজয় দর্শন. King Prataprudra in person, as well as his entourage, allowed the Pandu Vijay ceremony to be seen by all the associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to see, but Prataprudra Maharaj did all the VIP arrangement. That is a purpose to be in the position of management. You have to serve, facilitate people to serve the Supreme Personality of God. Position is given to facilitate, not to control. That is the purpose of being in position. He was a king and he was facilitating. Depending on the position of the people, facilitate them. That is the purpose. Advaita Nitai Adi Sangye Bhaktagan Sukhe Mahaprabhu Dekhe Ishvara Gaman. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his prominent devotees, Advaita Acharya, Nityananda Prabhu and others, were very happy to observe how Lord Jagannath began the Ratha Yatra. Bolishta Dvaitagan Janamatta Hati Jagannath Vijay Karai Puri Hata Hati. Unless you know the Bengali, you will not understand the sweetness of these verses. Very interesting. The very strongly built Daitas, the carriers of the Jagannath deity, were as powerful as drunken elephants. They manually carried Lord Jagannath from the throne to the car. Car means cart. Yatra cart. The word, purport by Prabhupada, the word Daita refers to one who has received the mercy of the Lord. Lord Jagannath has a number of stalwart servants known as Daitas. These servants do not come from very high caste family, Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, or Vaishyas. But because they are engaged in the service of the Lord, they have been elevated to a respected position. Thus, they are known as Daitas. These servants of Lord Jagannath take care of the Lord from the day of Snan Yatra up to the time of Lord is carried from the throne to the Ratha car. In the Ch-13 Mahatma, these Daitas are said to be come from Savaras, a caste that keeps and sells pigs. However, among the Daitas, there are also many who come from the Brahmana caste. Those Daitas coming from the Brahmana families are called Daitapatis, or leaders of the Daitas. The Daitapatis offered food such as sweetmeats to Lord Jagannath during Anavasar, the resting period after Snan Yatra. They also make the early morning offering of sweetmeats daily. It is said that during the Anavasar, Lord Jagannath suffers from the fever, and that the Daitapatis offer him an infusion of drugs represented by fruit juice. It is said that in the beginning, Lord Jagannath was worshipped by the Savaras and was known as deity Nilamadhav. Later, when the deity was established in the temple, the Lord became known as Jagannath. Because the deities were taken from the Savaras, all the Savaras devotees were elevated to the position of Daitas. Okay, we should remember these terms in order to understand Jagannath. Because if you don't know the devotees of Jagannath, then how you can understand Jagannath? Savara, we are discussing yesterday. Savaras is a tribe, those who are engaged in the service of Lord Nilamadhav. So Nilamadhav was the presiding deity during the past 50 years of Lord Brahma's lifetime. And when the second half, the second 50 years of Brahma's lifetime begins, then what happens? Nilamadav disappears. And Lord appears as Lord Jagannath. And the Sabaras, they serve the Lord during these 15 days of Anavasar. What's the meaning of Anavasar? Anavasar. When there is no opportunity to see the Lord. That is known as Anavasarka. 15 days after Snan Purnima. And that time, Krishna has confidential pastimes with Lakshmi ji. And also externally, he will be sick. From today, he is sick, having fever. So Jagannath has fever now. And he takes medicines also. And special kind of juice is given by the Daitapatis. The Brahmanas are known as Daitapatis, the leaders of Daitas. And the Savaras, those who are worshipping the Lord Jagannath during these 15 days, they are known as Daita. And what is the meaning of Daita? Who has received the mercy of the কতক দয়িতা করে স্কন্ধ আলম্বন কতক দয়িতা করে শ্রীপদ্ম চরণ. While carrying the deity of Lord Jagannath, some of the Daitas took hold of the shoulders of the Lord and some caught his lotus feet. They are very close. So they put their hand like that and they are very friendly to Jagannath. So they are treating Jagannath in that spirit. We should not copy that, but we should see how intimate they are with Lord Jagannath. কোটি তটে বদ্ধ দৃঢ় স্থূলপট্ট ডরি দুই দিকে দৈতাগণ উঠাই তাহা ধরি. It's the explanation of Pandu Vijay. Okay. The Lord Jagannath deity was bound at the waist by a strong, thick rope made of silk. From two sides, the Daitas caught hold of this rope and raised the deity. You understand how it is happening? So the Lord is arrested now. Now he is bound by the rope, strong rope made of silk. And Daitas, they raise the Lord like that. উচ্ছ্বদৃত তুলি সব পাতি স্থানে স্থানে এক তুলি হইতে তরায় আর তুলিতে আনে. Strong puffed up cotton pads like pillow type. So strong puffed up cotton pads called tulis were spread out from the throne to the car. And the heavy deity of Lord Jagannath was carried from one pillow-like pad to the next by the Daitas. So what they do, they lift Jagannath and they put on that tuli, some rest, then again it goes like that. Okay. প্রভু পদাগাতে তুলি হয় খণ্ড খণ্ড তুলা সব উড়ি যায় শব্দ হয় প্রচন্ড. Because Jagannath is very heavy. While Daitas carried the heavy Jagannath deity from one pad to the next, some of the pads broke. And the cotton contents floated into the air. So cottons came out and cottons started floating in the air. When they broke, they made a heavy cracking sound. Everything is very festive. So that is the spiritual world. If you want to know how to enjoy, see from the life of the Lord. How he's enjoying. He's just going from his throne to the chariot. That journey is so festive. But we don't know how to enjoy also. We want to enjoy in this world, but we don't know how to enjoy. That's why Prabhupada said, if you want to know how to enjoy, take up Krishna consciousness. Then everything will be revealed. Spiritual life is a life of enjoyment, real enjoyment. বিশ্বম্ভর জগন্নাথে কে চালাইতে পারে, আপন ইচ্ছায় চলে করিতে বিহারে। Lord Jagannath is the maintainer of the whole universe. Who can carry him from one place to another? The Lord moves by his personal will just to perform his pastimes. We should not think that Daitas are lifting. No. Krishna is allowing them. That's why they are able to lift. Sometimes what happens during Ratha Yatra, if Lord doesn't want, the cart doesn't move. Even you can try with the elephants also, he will not move. That's why you have to understand that Lord moves by his own sweet will. প্রভু মহাপ্রভু মণিমা মণিমা করে ধ্বনি, নানা বাদ্য কোলাহলে কিছুই না শুনি। When the Lord was transported from the throne to the car, tumultuous sounds were made on various musical instruments. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was chanting Munima, Munima, but he could not be heard. The word Munima is used to address a respectable person in Orissa. Lord Jagannath was being respectfully addressed by Sri Chaitanya in this way. So you have to understand how Mahaprabhu was reciprocating with Lord Jagannath. He is addressing Jagannath. When someone who is very respected, we should greet them with respect. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is greeting Lord Jagannath with a lot of respect. And he was addressing Jagannath as what? Loudly. Loudly. But you are audible, but Mahaprabhu's Manima was not audible. Why? Because there are a lot of other sounds going on. Because festival was going on. তবে প্রতাপরুদ্র করে আপন সেবন, সুবর্ণ মার্জনী লইয়া করে পথ সম্মার্জন. While the Lord was being carried from the throne to the car, King Prataprudra personally engaged in the Lord's service by cleansing the road with a broom that had a golden handle. Suvarna Marjani, the golden broom. King, na? The king of Orissa is serving the king of the universe. It's a matter of the kingly matter, not ordinary matter. So it should be very gorgeous. Even the broom is also golden, made of gold. Suvarna Marjani. And who is cleaning? The king. The broom may be very gorgeous, golden, but same service, cleaning. So it's not the external, it's the internal mood that touches the heart of the Supreme Personality of God. It's not what you do, it's why you do, how you do. That is very, very important. So externally it's a blooming, it's a great thing that is blooming. It's very insignificant. It's a low activity, no? Brooming. But king is doing it. And it is spoken in Chaitanya Charitamrita. But if he is cleaning for some other purpose, it will come in Chaitanya Charitamrita. No. But same activity he is doing for Krishna. That's why it's becoming glorious. So what is glorious? Activity that is glorious. To whom it is connected, that makes activity glorious. So any activity which is connected with the Supreme Personality of Godhead is glorious. And by his causeless mercy, the most insignificant activity from the material point of view, when it is offered for the pleasure of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, becomes the most significant service in the eyes of the Supreme Personality of God. Prataprudra Maharaj was the king, he was ruling the whole kingdom. That did not touch the heart of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But same king, when he was cleaning the road with the broom, that touched the heart of Chaitanya, Mahaprabhu. So that's why service is not important. Service attitude is important. It's the attitude. There's a formula. It's the attitude, not the aptitude, that determines the altitude of our devotional progress. We will progress not because of our service. We will progress because of our service attitude. Attitude matters. Even in the corporate world, even in the outside world, they also talk about that. Attitude matters. We should have proper attitude. And that comes from Vedas. That comes from spiritual world. That comes from Krishna. It's attitude. The external position of a king does not matter to the Lord. But when that attitude is there, then Krishna is very happy. Patrang pushpang phalang toyang jome bhakta prajachati. He's interested in bhoga offering. He's interested in bhoga offering with love and devotion. If that is missing, it can be chappan bhog, but Krishna will not eat that bhog. Why? Because it is not offered with love and devotion. Chandan jalete kore pathani nisechane tuchho seva kore bosi raja singhasane. The king sprinkled the road with sandalwood scented water. See, after cleaning, he is making everything very wonderful. The king sprinkled the road with sandalwood scented water. So water, when you offer to the Lord, it should be scented water. The flower, it should be scented flower. If there is no fragrance, that should not be offered to the Lord. Non-fragrant flower, non-fragrant water should not be offered to the Lord. It should be fragrant, because fragrance attracts the attention. That is very, very interesting part of offering. So, king was doing that. Although he was the owner of the royal throne, he engaged in menial service for the sake of Lord Jagannath. Exalted, respectable person, still he accepted menial service for the Lord. He therefore became a suitable candidate for receiving the Lord's mercy. So why Pratapdutta Maharaj became the eligible candidate, suitable candidate to receive the mercy of the Lord? Because he was engaged in menial service for the Supreme Personality of God. If we also want to be the suitable candidate to receive the mercy, what do we have to do? Huh? Not serve, menial service. We have to engage in menial services. Krishna was engaged in menial service, became the chariot driver. He was cleaning the place after the Brahmanas, devotees ate prasadam in Rajasuya Yajna. He also was the lotus feet and managed the shoe stand in Rajasuya Yajna. That service he did. And that shows how important it is to be engaged in menial service. Advaita Acharya, who is he? Mahavishnu. What he is doing? He is plucking flowers, making garland, and offering it to the Lord. That is the position. He is not, oh, I am Mahavishnu. Everything comes from me. The whole material cosmos manifests from me. He is not thinking like that. It's very simple-hearted way he is rendering menial services to the Supreme Personality of God and chanting the name of Lord Gauranga so that he will appear. So that is the power of menial service. Power of menial service. মহাপ্রভু সুখ পাইল সে সেবা দেখিতে মহাপ্রভু কৃপা হইল সে সেবা হইতে. Upon seeing the king engaged in such menial service, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became very happy. Simply by rendering this service, the king received the mercy of the Lord. That's why the most suitable candidates to receive the mercy in ISKCON are the new bhaktas, those who are going through new bhakta training program. They get all the opportunity to do the menial services. And mind is so strong, when we spend some years, we start thinking, that is for the new devotees. I am senior now. How can I do this service? Then what will happen? We'll keep on becoming senior devotee, and these people will go back home, back to God. And we'll be lamenting here and start continuing our journey being the senior devotee. Unless one receives the mercy of the Lord, he cannot understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead or engage in his devotional service. Athapita deva padambujadayo prasado leshanugraha evahi janati tattam bhagavat mahimna sachanno eko opi chiram vichinnam. A devotee who has received even a small fraction of the mercy of the Lord can understand him. Others may engage in theoretical speculation to understand the Lord, but they cannot know anything about him. Although Maharaj Prataprudra was very eager to see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Lord refused to see him. But when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw the king engaged in menial service for Lord Jagannath, he became very happy. Thus the king became eligible to receive Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy. If a devotee accepts Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as the universal Guru and Lord Jagannath as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, he is benefited by the combined mercy of Krishna and Guru. This is stated by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his instruction to Rupa Goswami. Brahmanda bhamite kono bhagyavan jiv Guru Krishna prasade pai bhakti lata bij. The seed of devotional service fructifies and becomes a transcendental creeper. Finally, it reaches the lotus feet of the Lord, the spiritual sky. This seed is obtained by the mercy of the Lord and the Guru. By the Lord's mercy, one gets the association of a bona fide Guru, and by the mercy of Guru, one gets a chance to render devotional service. Devotional service, the science of Bhakti Yoga, carries one from the material world to the spiritual world. So, সেই ঈশ্বর তত্ত্ব বুঝিবারে পারে ঈশ্বরের কৃপালেশ হয়েছে যাহার. It is explained who can understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who has received the mercy of the Supreme Personality of God. Lord is infinite. We are very insignificant, infinitesimal. Lord is the whole. We are the part, insignificant part. And it's very, very difficult for an insignificant spirit soul to understand the infinite Supreme Personality of Godhead. But when Krishna reveals, then he can see, he can understand. By our effort, we cannot. That's why Rupa Goswami explains, Suddha Bhakti is Sudurlava. The word used is Sudurlava. Sulava, Durlava, Sudurlava. Sulav, you know. In ISKCON, Sulav is also there in Mayapur. Sulav kitchen. Outside all also, lot of Sulav facilities are there. Right? Sulav. Then, Durlav. Durlava Manava Jivan. This human form is very rare. So, Durlava means rare. And Sudurlava means very, very rare, almost impossible. So, Suddha Bhakti at the level of Bhava is Sudurlava. It's very, very rare. Why? Rupa Goswami gives two reasons. First reason, Krishna doesn't want to give it, and one cannot attain by his own endeavor. That's why Sudurlava. So Krishna doesn't want to give it, and we cannot get it. So we are fixed. What to do now? How to get it? The only way is to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead by pleasing his representatives. When his representatives are pleased, then we can get it. The Shuddha Bhakti comes from Shuddha Bhakta. When Shuddha Bhakta or pure devotee is pleased, then it flows down. That's why desire to please Krishna, desire to please Guru, desire to please the Vaishnavas is very, very important aspect of our devotional service. Mood. Some people say, oh, we are rendering devotional service for many, many years. Things are not happening. What's wrong? Chanting of the holy name has lost its potential or what? এক হরি নামে যত পাপ হরে কোনো পাপী সাধ্য নাই তত পাপ করে. It's explained so many glories. One chanting can eradicate all the sinful activities, past, present, and future. And next name, love of Godhead. That happened to Ajamila. Even if he chanted Narayan unknowingly, he got love of Godhead after that. But we are chanting the holy name under the guidance of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and his bona fide representatives, chanting for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 25 years, 50 years. Not happening. Why? It is explained, Kotti Janma Hari Name Nai Premadhan. But to talk about years, if you keep on chanting for millions of lifetimes, you will not get it. Why? Because you are not following the system. Niraparade naam loile pai premadhan. When you chant the holy name without offenses, then love of Godhead will be obtained. So that is the problem, conditioning. Chanting the holy name without offenses. So, attitude. When you have the service attitude, then we will be free from offenses. And then we can chant the holy name purely and we can attain love of Godhead. So here, Prataprudra Maharaj is receiving the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu because of his service. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Shriman Mahaprabhu ki, Jagannath Vidham ki, Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maharani ki. Question, comment is welcome. Okay.
Prabhuji, you said that Lord likes fragrant things like fragrant flowers, fragrant water we have to offer. But here we see that even rose flower is not having any fragrance.
That is a symptom of Kali Yuga. Everything has lost its fragrance. Only. Okay, continue. What's your point?
So, like, what can we do?
That's why we should grow our own flowers, and that will give fragrance. If you buy from market is meant for consumerism. Market is meant for making profit. So if you sell non-fragrant flowers, you make more profit. If you give fragrant flowers, you will make less profit. So only non-fragrant, beautiful looking flowers will be available. Flower, the beauty of the flower is it should be fragrant. And food, not food, fruit. How do you understand is good fruit? Yes. Somehow nowadays fruit looks very nice, big size, wonderful looking, but no taste. The same way, flower is also very, very big and beautiful looking, but no fragrance. It's all external. That is Kali Yuga. Don't become discouraged by that, because that is Kali Yuga symptom. What's your question? I answered your question.
Yes, bro.
Thank you so much.
And one more question, bro. There was a sloka where it is like before Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wake up in the dark and took bath very attentively.
Not, that's not written attentively or not.
Attentively is written.
It's written?
Yes,
I don't
Prabhu.
think so. Okay, check. Yes, attentively. Very good. Not only hearing should be attentive. Okay, what's your question?
So hearing we can do attentively, but how bathing we can do attentively?
How you eat? How do you eat? Attentively or inattentively? If anything is important, that should be done attentively. So why you are not attentive during bathing? Because you don't think it's very important. But Mahaprabhu did not think like that. Because cleaning the body is integral part of our devotional life. So keeping the body clean, keeping the place clean, keeping the room clean, keeping the clothes clean, keeping the toilets clean, keeping the bedroom clean is very, very important, because if you keep the things clean, then your heart also will be clean. That's why you have to be very attentive. Any activity which is performed for the Lord should be very attentively done. Samman again. Okay. Any question online? Time is also up.
Feet of Lord Jagannath. That feet of Lord Jagannath, I could not understand.
Feet. Jagannath has feet or no feet? Is there in the lower portion?
Okay, bro. That right.
Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai, Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Thank you for your attentive hearing, because we picked up that attentive nature of bathing by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.